Hi guys, I'm going to show you today how to work with a Mozilla Firefox plugin called Firebug. And Firebug is going to help you detect problems inside of your website, how to look at code, and how to do a live preview. So just to get started, let me show you how to install Firebug with a couple quick steps, and then how to use it. Right now I have it open, so we'll shut it off and I'll start you off from square one. So let me just hide Firebug here, and if you have Mozilla Firefox installed, you're going to have to install Firebug through a plugin. If you don't have Firefox, you need to download and install Mozilla Firefox because this doesn't work with any other browser. So to get started with Firefox installed, you'll go to Tools and you'll choose Add-ons. And Firefox has a number of different add-ons to help you with web development and different things, but you're going to search for Firebug 2.0.11. If you don't have it, you'll go to Get Add-ons, and you can do a search here through Get Add-ons. You can just click in the search area and choose Firebug, and it'll find Firebug for you. There's also a Flash Firebug if you're using Adobe Flash. It helps you look at ActionScript and things like that, but it should pop up here in your Get Add-ons when you do your search for it. Okay, and I already have it installed, so I'm going to close this, but you'll just basically search for it and follow the steps to install it from here. So let me close this, and I'll go back to this website that I'm currently working on. And if I want to see the way things look here, I can just jump over and go to Tools. This time I will come down to Web Developer, and I'll choose Firebug, and I'll open Firebug. And this gives you a split screen where you can look at your HTML, your CSS, you can look at JavaScript and some other things over here, okay, and you can inspect an element directly. If you scroll over to the left, there's a little Firebug option. If you click this, you can choose to hide it, change your text size, open with different text editing configurations. It's just kind of a way to customize your Firebug setup. To the left of that, to the right of that, you have just click element or click to display an element. So if you select this and you actually click on an element up here, okay, so let me select it, you can see that down here in the split screen, I can actually view my HTML. So you see, I can see my paragraph tag, the lorem ipsum that I have, and I can see where that's housed. So as I scrolled up a little bit, you can see that I'm inside of my actual head tag here. You can, underneath my head tag rather, I'm inside the body tag, and then inside of my main tag, and there you have it. Okay, let's say I want to change some of my content to see what happens. I can actually change the text here, the HTML text. So let's say I click water parameters and I highlight that. Let's say I change it just to see what happens and say testing water quality, just for an example. The website that I'm building has to do with aquariums, so that would be something I could try out. And I can see I got a live preview that's taking place right now as I change the code. This is only a preview. It doesn't actually save anything to your website. To save something, you have to log in to your hosting account and update your actual website, which is a good thing, because if you make some mistakes in here while you're monkeying around with the code, you're not actually changing anything. You're just getting a preview of what would happen if you did change something. Over here I have my CSS, so if I start changing around some CSS elements, I can make changes that update as well. So you see here I have my font family selected at Arial. If I mouse over it, it gives me a preview of what that looks like. Same thing with my RGB color selection. If I mouse over that, I can edit in there and start changing some properties to get previews and see what happens. I can also switch around elements inside the site. So if I wanted to see what happens if I change this image out, for instance, I can click on the picture, okay, and then if I come in and actually change this out to another picture, I can see what happens when I swap it out. So I see on this page I have an image called tank.jpg, and I can't really remember the other images I have offhand. So what I'm going to do is jump around and look at a different page, and okay, so here I have an image called clown.jpg. So if I were to select this image here, inspect the element, and then let's say I entered into this, highlighted it, and changed it to tank.jpg, you'll see I switched the image back to the tank. So you can do a lot of cool things with just live previews of changes, and you can, of course, like I said, check your HTML, but you can also change CSS and JavaScript, and just really get in here and do some cool stuff. So that's a quick overview of how to work with Firebug, how to get it up and running, and how to get started. You can really do a lot of damage once you get a deeper understanding of how it works, but just to take some first steps, that's a quick little tutorial to get you started.